Good morning from Disney Springs. We're here today because we were invited out by Cirque du Soleil to come and see some of the new elements that they have added to their show, Drawn to Life, here at Disney Springs. If you're not familiar with Drawn to Life, it is a Cirque du Soleil show, but it is the very first collaboration that they have done with Disney and Disney Animation. So the story goes, there is a young woman who finds one last thing left behind by her animator father, and that is a set of incomplete sketches. And she embarks on a journey to try to discover her own animation style and her own self through her father's incomplete sketches and trying to kind of unlock her own creativity. And it draws on some of her love of Disney animation and animation itself, and trying to learn how to really become the person that she wants to be and follow in the footsteps of her father into animation. And you kind of go through, and there's all these different elements that happen, and there are these muses, which are kind of like mimes that help her along the way, and a pencil, like a mischievous pencil that helps her out. But it's a really good show. I do highly recommend it. We've been once before, and we can give you guys our opinions on it in a video that we've filmed previously, and we'll put a link to that video in the description down below. But right now we're headed over to the Cirque du Soleil Theater to see the new show elements that they have added since the last time that we saw it. So let's head on over. So I did find out that today we will be seeing the Icarian performers, which is like a tumbling act where one of the performers lies on their back and the other one is being hoisted into the air on their feet, tumbling around on top of the feet of the other performer. And then we're also going to see a set of hoop performers, like aerialist hoop performers. I'm very excited to see them, and I cannot wait to see how they're added and incorporated into the show. And one other thing about Drawn to Life is that a lot of people might not realize that there's a live band that performs with the show. And I'm interested to see how the music element kind of ties in to the overall performance of these new artists. So our preference is always to park at the orange garage. That's where we always park. You can kind of see the Coca-Cola store through the trees over here, and that gives you an idea where the orange garage is. And we came this way towards the Starbucks, and we're making a left, heading towards Splitsville and Cirque du Soleil. I wanted to stop by the M&M store because I heard a rumor the red M&M was out meeting and greeting people. We also have a free sample of caramel cold brew, coffee flavor with natural flavors. How's it going, red M&M? You having a good day? So far so good, can't complain, right? So. Yeah. You're surrounded by all of your friends here in different colors and things like that. Amazing. Is it okay if we take a photo together? Excellent, thank you. All right, so I got a free sample of the caramel cold brew, and I looked at the ingredients, there's no coffee in it. So I'm interested to see how they pull that flavor off. That's ridiculous, it tastes exactly like coffee with chocolate and caramel. That's wild. All the way down at the end of Disney Springs, across from CityWorks and House of Blues, we come to Cirque du Soleil. And this is one of the buildings that you will see from the roads leading into Disney Springs. Very iconic building that everybody sees. That's the first thing they see as they're pulling up to Disney Springs. All right, let's head inside and see these new acts.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sami, Lala, Philmon, and Goitam, our Icarian artists from Ethiopia. My name is Tim Bennett. I'm the artistic director of the show. But the first thing I wanted to do is introduce to you Tom Lips, who is our band leader. But band leader doesn't really describe everything he does for the show. I call him our musical director, but he's really responsible for all things music. With any Cirque du Soleil show, there's a lot of flexibility. Acts change, things happen on stage, equipment doesn't behave, a juggler will drop a ball, will go back, all sorts of things happen that the music needs to remain flexible as well. And Tom is responsible for that.
Thank you, Tim. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. We're glad you could join us. And what'd you think of our Arcarian Games Act? Right on. First and foremost, our composer. His name is Benoit Jutras. If you recognize that name, it's because he's kind of a legend here at Cirque du Soleil. If you've ever seen O or Mystère or Orlando's very own Lanuba, he was the creative force behind that. I like to say that he has this incredible ability to hear what something looks like. In order to bring this film score to life, it takes a lot of people. We have a live band, some of whom you see on stage, some of whom are backstage. As Tim mentioned, we have a lot of moving parts and pieces. So in terms of what we do, like Tim was saying, we do live film scoring. So we know how the movie's supposed to go, but the movie doesn't always go that way, right? It's a live performance. So our job is to adapt on the fly and do our best to make that music fit the visual image.
So I want to talk a little bit about the next number, Dream of Colors. It's an homage to Mary Blair, who was one of the original Disney animator colorists. Most of the Disney animators were men. And this also pays homage to the female component, which were the paint and ink girls. So the men would do the original drawings, the animations, and then they would send them over to the paint and ink building, where the women would then sketch them onto acetate and paint in the colors. So the first ladies that you see come up are a bit of an homage to that, and then the single actress that you see come out is an homage to Mary Blair. Now Mary created the color palettes that we really identify with for Disney, and you're going to see a whole lot of projections that are all her work. The acrobatics in this number, we have a Russian cradle duo that initially start out as our color palette all the way up stage, and that was part of the original act. What we've added to this now are Cirque artists, aerial hoops that the paint and ink girls will perform as they go up in the air. So it's a bit of a double acrobatic act for us.
Well, that was fantastic. It was a great preview and kind of a great sampling of what is offered at Cirque du Soleil Drawn to Life. So this was a sampling of the new act, which was the Icarian performers, which was the tumbling act. They were kind of dressed like animals. They were inspired by the fact that the Disney animators used to bring in live animals to study them and see how they moved before animating animals. And then they added a new segment to the color wheel section of the show. They added in the hoop performers, but it was awesome to see like that specific scene really kind of embodies in my mind this Cirque du Soleil show, because it was the hoop performers, the unicyclists, the Russian cradle performers up at the top, like a lot of stuff happening at every different spot on the stage. And that, to me, after we saw this full show, is exactly how I felt, that there was so much to see and so much happening all at the same time. And I think that really, like, this preview kind of really embodied that. But I honestly can't recommend this show enough. It was so much fun when we saw the entire show. And we'll put a link to that video in the description down below so you guys can see our full review of the full show. But that was the previous show. It didn't have these added elements, and these added elements are really, really fun and really cool to see. And I want to say thank you to Cirque du Soleil for having us out, But we are also going to continue our day at Disney Springs now, see if we can find some new stuff around Disney Springs. I know for sure the basket, which is the walk-up window just to the right and under Wine Bar George, they have some new items available. So we're definitely gonna be getting some lunch while we're out here. As we're getting closer to the AMC Theater, we're looking at the construction progress over here of Summer House on the Lake. Not a lot of progress since the last time that we were here. Still just in the exterior framing section. Not seeing, oh, you can see there's an excavator moving around inside. So I know that they're not doing any internal framing right now. At least I could just barely see that excavator going around. There it is. So it's gonna be a minute before we're starting to see some real progress on this. Yeah, not a lot to see on Summer House on the Lake, but we are going to turn just to the right of the AMC Theater here across the way, so we can see if Everglades has anything. We don't normally come back down to Everglades, and it's such a great place. Really enjoy everything that we've ever had from there. So I figured we should come by and have a look at least. We got some stuff up here. Black raspberry beret goes by so quick I couldn't really even see what was on it. But I will say they had up here the chicken sandwich. It's the best chicken sandwich we've ever had at Disney Springs. The burger's pretty good too. You can get it on a donut, this chicken sandwich. Ooh, man, so delicious. Let's see if we can see this. Filled with goat cheese and topped with black raspberry icing, black raspberry jam, and I didn't get the rest of it. Now look at all these donuts back here looking delicious. Also, there's a sign here. Honey Lavender Cold Brew is their spring special. Oh man. Look at these donuts. Yeah, this s'mores one right here. Also, something that I didn't realize had happened was right across from Everglades is Splitsville, and they have a to-go drink bar here at Splitsville where you can get frozen things like a Big Wave Dave, a strawberry margarita, a rum runner, a pina colada, as well as various beers. There's a little seating area out here. This is nice. They just kind of like knocked out the backside of the wall over here. I actually thought that this is where you could see lanes. You used to be able to see like the pin setters. Oh, it's back there. The lanes are, no? They're not. Where were the lanes? Did these take the place of some of the lanes? I'm so confused. Because I specifically remember leaving Disney Springs at points and looking through these windows over here and seeing a pin setting machine. Yeah, it's like blacked out now. Oh, so I guess maybe they took up some of the lanes and put in a bar? Like a to-go bar? Wow. You can get the world's creamiest colada. I'm guessing this is called the Bamboo Bar. Also, I'm not a sushi eater, but those in the know that do eat sushi have said that the best sushi at Disney is here at Splitsville. So yeah, there's a whole lot of sushi options too. As we make our way up to Salt and Straw, which is an ice cream place here, they change their menu every month. And so this month, in the Vault series, we got Honey Marshmallow Rocky Road with Cinnamon Ancho Chocolate Ice Cream, Black Olive Brittle and Goat Cheese, Sweet Corn and Waffle Cones, and Strawberry Cilantro Lime Cheesecake, Mango Habanero IPA Sorbet. Wow. None of those sound appealing to me, but I could see maybe, giving them a try. Maybe they're delicious, but you know that they do have some like interesting flavors anyways. But I will say this feckled mint chocolate chip is delicious. Right across from the new Summer House on the Lake location, we have the old Sosa Cigar Company location, and it's still closed. We still don't have any update on what this is going to be. All that we have is a sign that says, please pardon our appearance, something new is coming. We did hear, like I said last time, that Corksicle is coming to Disney Springs, but we don't have a location for that. This happens to be a location that could go. No confirmation on it, but it could go there. Also, look at those cookies that are coming to Summer House on the Lake. The newly remodeled Sunglass Hut is starting to take shape. So, look for that opening up at some point. It said they still have a pop-up truck somewhere in Disney Springs. I didn't see it the last time I was here. I'll be on the lookout for it today though. With all of the new Star Wars announcements and shows and stuff happening in the Star Wars universe, I want to stop by Star Wars Galactic Outpost, see if there was any merch for any of the new stuff. This is kind of fun. This is like the ladies of Star Wars on this shirt. You got a few of them. We do have some Mandalorian stuff here with Bo-Katan, and we've also got these ears. They're Ahsoka Tano ears. Ahsoka Tano ears. Got these plushes that are like cute porgs, cute wampas. These are even funner. Even more fun. They have bath toys too. I was looking for a loft cat because they had one in the window. This is pretty funny. It says, caution, child eats frogs. And there are gummy frogs in there. See, they had a little loft cat in the window, and everybody was kind of going a little bit wild online for the loft cat. It was in the Ashoka trailer. You can buy some sabak pieces or sabak cards too. All right, we've made it back to the turn, back to the orange garage. We are going to continue across this bridge because we are headed to the Basket, which is the quick serve location just under Wine Bar George. All right, so down here, across from Gideon's, and also across from the Hangar Bar, right next to Wine Bar George, we're headed down to the Basket. They have some new offerings down here. We're gonna check them out. Yes. What are we gonna get? We're definitely getting this seasonal hand pie and this seasonal eclair. But what else? House-made meatballs, yummy. So we're gonna start out with the sweet item because this was ready-made and easy for me to grab. The other things that I got, they're gonna be making fresh, so it's gonna take a minute for them to make. So this is the strawberries and cream eclair. I'm excited to try it. This is a seasonal item. This eclair was $5, and then the kind of sad thing was they have a seasonal hand pie, which was beef and potato. They're all out of them right now, so I couldn't get that. I was able to get the spiced nuts, which are sweet and smoky, and these were $12, which is nice because I can bring these home. And then there's some French fries. I got French fries with queso on them. And then there was also some meatballs that I got. So I'm waiting for the meatballs and the French fries to be made. Right now we're gonna have this eclair. I'm gonna give you guys kind of like a look at this thing first. Look at that. Delicious, delicious. And cool looking too. It feels very airy and light. Got some chocolate drizzle on it and some chocolate pearls. Fresh strawberries and some cream. That's real good. The cream, because it had the strawberries sitting on it, kind of infused with the flavor of the strawberries. It was great. Like a nice, quick dessert that you can get on the go. It's like a dessert hot dog, basically. Not too heavy. Like we always talk about Gideon's right across the way here. Gideon's is delicious, but the cookies are like a pound each. So it's a lot. This, on the other hand, nice and light. Easy to eat. Delicious. My other hot items just came out, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, those French fries were kind of expensive. Oh, well, that's because it's the size of my head. This is so many French fries covered with queso and peppers and microgreens. This is ridiculous. Like, this is literally the size of my head. Holy cow, it's also very hot. And then I got the meatballs too. I'll show you guys a close-up view of these. These are always good. Looking back on the price, they weren't excessively expensive. They were $10. But look at how good they look. Man, this just says, on their menu, it just says French fries, plain or queso. So I went with queso. Wow. And then this is the real star of the show right here. These are 3 meatballs with triple cheese polenta and tomato sauce. Yes, if you're not familiar with polenta, it is a corn, kind of like a grits, but not grits, it's polenta. You know, they're different, but it's very similar to grits. This is $16. Wow. This is gonna be one heck of a lunch, isn't it? Starting off with the meatballs, because I know that these are good. Had these before, and I love them. Perfect. Everything that we ever have from Wine Bar George is phenomenal. As you can tell by the name, Wine Bar George, his first passion is, of course, wine. But like anytime you're eating or drinking wine, you're gonna want some food to go with it too, right? So he hired some good people to make some delicious food, and it's fantastic. Everything we've ever had has been great. And it's so nice that you can get grab and go from the basket. It's like Wine Bar George food, grab it. You can get the wines from there too, and rosés and stuff like that. It's gonna be a good lunch. The eclair was good. They told me the hand pie was good. I wish I could have tried it, but they told me it was very delicious. Can't wait to try these French fries either. Let's try to get some of these French fries in at least before the rain opens up on us. Well, let's try that one without the queso first. Had a little bit of queso on it. Very delicious. A little spicy, cheesy. There it is. Another one in the books. Delicious stuff from Wine Bar George in the basket. Still have to try these nuts. I'm gonna take them home, I think, because I think I need to eat this quick. That storm's approaching quick. So let's get through some French fries before we have to run from the rain. All right, so it never actually rained on us, but I still feel like it might. But I ate as much of the French fries as I could. I feel like I made a pretty good dent in them, considering how big it was. I'm all sweaty from, it's hot out here, and I was eating those French fries really fast. Let's try some of these nuts. It's like we got peanuts and walnuts and cashews. Okay, here's the mistake that I made. Those nuts are for a charcuterie board, not just like eat them. They're spicy and sweet. They would go great with meats and cheeses. They do sell a meat and cheese box at the basket. That's what I would eat these nuts with. I'm gonna save them though, and we'll eat them later. There it is, there's the rain. All right, so that was about 3 minutes worth of rain, and now it's done. So we're back at it. Still raining just a little tiny bit, but we're back walking around. I wanted to stop by World of Disney before we head out and see if they have anything like on sale from the 50th, discounted, and also see what they have for the 100th. Sorry, I just realized as I said that, that's probably super confusing. So it was the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and that's what was happening. But now that the 50th is done, we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company as a whole. So from animation studio, like back in the day with the Alice shorts and everything, starting 100 years ago. That's what we're celebrating now. No, not Wonder Maid. Wonder Maid. Oh, it's okay. It's right over here now. They just moved across the way. If you're interested in artisanal marshmallows, Wonder Maid makes artisanal marshmallows. Local company. All right, one quick stop in the World of Disney. See what they've got in here. Feeling like the Disney 100 stuff is not anything that we haven't seen before. So let's see if we can find the 50th stuff on sale. Gotta admit, some of these munchlings are pretty hard to figure out. So Squirt, the tiny turtle from Finding Nemo, in a concha ice cream sandwich. Squirt, that's him, Squirt, with coconut. Okay, a little coconut packet over here on the side. I like this. Is this Stitch? It has like a little succulent holder. This is a fake succulent. Let's see here. Oh, it doesn't say. It's not a toy, it's a decorative item only. This is new for the 100th. We have a big Duplo set that's labeled the Magic Castle. 3-in-1 Magic Castle. But I believe it's supposed to be Cinderella Castle. Oh no, I guess it's 3-in-1 because you've got, you know, the mirror, you've got a rose, and then a cat. I don't know, there's Cinderella's shoe over there, and a mixing thing. Oh, okay, so here's the 3-in-1. You build 3 small ones, 1 tall one, or 1 big and wide one. And this is $100. Seeing very little 50th stuff. Just some ears and a few shirts. Some Loungefly backpacks. Not seeing much else. Oh, half off. It says regularly $99. Right now it's $50 for this light up Haunted Mansion chess set. I don't know what it looks like lit up, but this is cool. Yeah, this is really neat. Huh. None of it is on sale right now. I want to show you something right here though. So the Loungefly from Big Thunder Mountain and the Loungefly from Dumbo that are part of the main attraction collection, and the main attraction collection was they would release one specific set of merchandise each month, up to 12 months, and like based on a ride. So you can see this one was based off Big Thunder Mountain. We saw the Mickey plush for both of these at the outlet the last time we were here. So I would imagine that these might make it there soon if they're still here. All right, one last stop into the co-op. Have a look. I'm just waiting for the stuff from the 50th to go on sale. That's my big goal when I'm looking around at Springs right now, is to try to find when this stuff goes on sale, because we are officially done with the 50th. Like Vans items are on sale right now, but I'm not seeing anything else on sale. And so these Vans 50th items have been on sale for a while, so they only have 2 styles left. They have this one, and they have this one down here. That's all they have left in the Vans stuff. All right, so there you have it. That was our trip out to Disney Springs to see the new sections and new acts added to Drawn to Life from Cirque du Soleil. Super awesome. Like, I cannot wait to come back and watch the entire show. But like I said, I think that what we saw today was a good representation of the entire show without the story, more like the technical aspect of the show, like the tumbling and the acrobatics that are happening in the show. There's a lot more to it. And like I said, we'll put a link in the description down below. I really think you should come back and see it. We'll also put a link in the description down below to tickets, where you can get tickets for it, because I would recommend getting tickets ahead of time just in case the show sells out. It is a popular show, so I would get my tickets ahead of time. And then the food over at Wine Bar George was fantastic, and it's always nice to come out here to Disney Springs and see updates of what's happening around, and excited for stuff to come. So all in all, a fantastic day. With that being said, we are off. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.